and how it's going to fit around what it is that you do. So thank you so much, first and foremost, for just coming along here on a Sunday afternoon and listening to myself and Kevin about this business. Now, we're entitling this little presentation as Step Into Coaching, but the idea is that if there's anything at all that is not coming up that you're not too sure about, or it's not getting covered, we would love for you to, in the chat, just to let us know about any questions or anything. If we see it and we know it's going to come up later, we'll probably just leave it and then we'll cover that a bit, but we'll definitely go over the questions and stuff a little bit later on. We're going to go through pretty much everything, and we're going to have a couple of coaches who are with us at the moment who are doing really, really well in this business, and it's going to be a nice scope between coaches who have been in for a little while and also coaches who are just brand new in the door. So get paid to help people succeed. Now, this is a thing where we are partnered with a business that is it's a huge business, and it's a multi-million-pound business, and we are aside with them. We are working arm in arm and linked with them, but a lot of people might ask you, who is Team Beachbody? So what we're going to go over today is, who is Team Beachbody? How can you get in the best shape of your life now alongside what it is that you're doing? We'll introduce some of the hottest products and workouts that we've got here in the UK. And if we've got any of the guys from Canada and the USA and also France, you might have some more of the stuff that we're going to show you, but we're only going to show you UK stuff at the moment. And then also you can earn a best discount whilst earning money and whilst earning from this opportunity as a coach. You're also going to start a health and fitness journey of your own, but how can it start from either a challenge pack, which we'll talk about a little bit later on, or as little as £39 to get you up and moving. So these are some of our guys here on the, I'll just go back a wee second there. Yeah, thanks, darling. These are some of our guys here. This is my very own husband, Kevin, who's actually there. There's myself there, and we've got a whole bunch of other people that you might see on this call. But you'll see, also is, she pops up twice. There she is. If you haven't seen her, she's over there. And then we've got a few other people here who have been with us for either a little while, or they're just started with us. All right. So first and foremost, I want to introduce myself. I am Diana Wright. I am an 8-star elite diamond coach. So I am the CEO and founder member of Team Livewright since launch of 2017. It wasn't really that long ago. It doesn't feel like that long ago, but I suppose it's nearly 4 years now. I am a 6-figure earner. I am also a 3-times elite in Europe, and also the bits and pieces there at the bottom are everything that's going on. But I'm not going to go over all that, am I? You can have a little read at all that, because you know what we're like here in the UK. We don't like to say lots and lots of things, but you can see all the bits and pieces that are there for, like, basically what we do is what we have got going on here as Team Livewright. I also wanted to sort of quickly just introduce here, we've got the top Irish coach, got to sort of introduce there, give a little wave. There's Lynn there giving a little wave. She is our top Irish coach from launch, so we're very, very proud of her. And if you read through all these bits and pieces, that's just some of the accolades that we have sort of picked up as a team. And although my name's at the top of it, all that means is that us as a team are really good at being able to help people along the way. So that's what I am now, but I wasn't always there. Like, where I was before this was I was very much come from a place where school wasn't really a great thing for me. I didn't really excel too well at school. I found out, like, a little bit later on down the line, I was actually dyslexic. So I was actually at college. In fact, I was at uni before I realized I was dyslexic. So that could have been part of the reason why I didn't really have a great time at school. I also I was a very, very young mum. So I was 20 when I had my son, Jamie, who's now, I'm not going to tell you how old he is because you'll work out how old I am. So I had him when I was 20, but I was in a very abusive relationship, a very volatile relationship altogether. And really at that point, it wasn't the best, it wasn't really the best start for my young adulthood. But really everything that I did at that point after I had Jamie was around making sure that he was taken care of and that he was in a place where I was able to be with him as much as possible. I did all the jobs. I was everything from, I worked in a newsagent, I worked as an au pair, I worked as a phlebotomist. There was lots of different jobs, and I took on a lot of these roles, and they very much molded who I became in the future, because it gave me a lot of multidisciplinary skills that I then now take on as what I do, really is what I do now. So maybe not so much taking blood, but you never know, I might be a vaccinator in these times. It also made me fiercely independent, because I just had to get on with it at that point. It was not, I didn't really have the support of anyone at that point. I just had myself, the situation that I'd got myself into, and my son. But really, again, those skills really moved me on from where I was to where I am now. So as Jamie grew up, I just fell in love with group fitness. I fell in love with fitness. I fell in love with sport. I did taekwondo, kickboxing. And really, it was there that I met my husband, Kevin. So hello, Kevin. I feel like he should have his own slot, but you can have your own slot later. But really, that was where we met, was in a health and fitness background. And together, we really got together and wanted to make sure that our lives together were in a place where we were able to travel, that we were free, that it revolved around education and helping people do better in themselves. Sometimes when they didn't think that they could do it themselves, we had the belief in them, and we got a lot of education behind us. Kevin's got a whole bunch of stuff that I don't have, which is like a whole bunch of education around sport and decision making, and he's got an well, you can tell a little bit about yourself, can't you?
Yeah, so my background, sort of, well, academically speaking, is sport and exercise science and coaching. I did my master's degree in sports coaching, and again, just like Diana, I've pretty much done every job that there is within fitness and in the fitness industry. Everything from being a cleaner in a leisure centre, a lifeguard, through to being a supervisor, managing a facility. So I've done everything that's there. But all of the while, I felt like a lot of the time that I didn't really get to do what it was that I wanted to do. And sometimes I felt like a bit constrained and restrained by what it is within these like larger organizations. So I just wanted to longer term have like a lot more freedom of choice over what it was I did and how I did it. And that's really how, when we got into this business, that we noticed that there was such a massive difference. Not only were we able to still help people get fitter and healthier, but we're able to do it in our terms. We didn't have to wait for someone to say okay, or to say that's how to do it. We could just do it exactly as we wanted. And it was sort of one of the first things that we did when we initially got together. Is it's a bit of a weird thing. We sat and talked about where we wanted to be in like 10 years time. And one of the things that we said was we wanted to be able to travel the world through fitness. And like we're now in the lucky situation, for any of you guys who know us and have followed us on social media, you'll have seen that that's like exactly what we've done, from like delivering stuff in over 3 continents, presenting to on stage in front of 30,000 people, presenting in Singapore, all over the place, annually traveling out to Europe to deliver in like fitness sessions and fitness camps. So all of these things we've been able to do by like taking ownership over what it is that we've done. And again, just even within the organization, because like enough really about us, there's 500 others that are in Team Livewright as a whole. Like that's crazy. Like I know, like Diana always says, it's like if we'd sort of sat down like a few years ago and said, do you imagine that like in 10 years time, even 5 years time, you're going to have an organization of over 500 people that you're essentially responsible for? Like we would just never have thought that. Like in the team, we've got 5 of the top 20 coaches in Europe. Like that's crazy.
Some of them are on
like,
this call.
Quite a few of them are on the call here. Like we said, we've had multiple regional team cup winners, like top male coach in the UK, first male Star Diamond coach. Like we've had over 15 international trips, like over 20 success starters. So that's people who've earned their place in the brand new programs and test groups. We've got Carmen on there, who you'll hear later from just now. We've got Nicola on there. Like way back in the beginning, like you got like Lynn on there, all of us being these success starters who've just been able to sort of drive our business forwards.
Yeah, we are recording, aren't we? Yeah.
We are, yeah. So just moving on.
Yes.
So just what we wanted to sort of talk about a little bit, and really it was just to take almost a little pause for you guys to just have a little think about, well what are your dreams? So you like, the whole part of this and the whole purpose of this is to be able to build a plan to make them reality. Like, we didn't really know what it was. We knew what we wanted to do. Like I said, we decided that we wanted to be able to travel the world through fitness and to have that freedom of choice to be able to do that. But we didn't really have like a path. We didn't really know what it was to do to get there. Like, we sort of mumbled and stumbled our way through it ourselves, trying lots of different things. But it wasn't until like Diana sort of took the initiative and really sort of stepped forward. And when she met first our coach who got us into the business, like, it was someone who'd already been there, someone who'd walked that path already and was able to do that for us. And again, just some of the photos there, just looking back, like, you'll hear from Megan, will be jumping on a wee minute to have a conversation with us. But that's some of the other coaches and some of the things that we've done through trips. So that's Mexico. We've got the Riviera Maya out there. We've got I think the other one's out at Summit in Indianapolis with Joel Freeman, one of the super trainers, on stage with him. And it's crazy being on stage there, and you've got like 5,000 people out in front of you. Like, I don't know how many of you guys are group fitness instructors, and you kind of look out into a crowd and you go, woohoo, got a busy class tonight. I've got 50 people, 40 people, 60 people. But when you look out and there's 6,000, or like we were both on stage at Summit and there's 30,000 people there, that kind of blows your mind a little bit. And then obviously the tours and stuff on the cruise. But I think one of the cool things is about this, most of the team have very similar dreams to us and similar values. And like, within this team, like, there's a massive value of community, there's a massive value of family. And that's one of the core things. And I think if you ask every single one of our coaches, one of the things that they'll say is that they want to have that ability and freedom to be able to spend more time with their families, whether that's their kids, whether that's their partners, their loved ones, or their little fluffy pals there, like Ellen's got there, and we've got our cats. We've got a lot of pets in here as well, and they're more than welcome on our calls.
Yes.
Like, but here's the thing, that the ability to do that, to have that freedom takes a little bit of you having ownership over what it is that you do. Like I said, when I've worked for these large institutions, you don't have that. I've got to ask permission when I go on holiday. I've got to fill in a form, send it off to someone, and it goes up chains to do that. And again, with the money, like, when I go away from my freelance stuff, so if I'm personal training or doing that, when I go on holiday, then I'm not earning. So having that ability to carry that through wherever we are in the world is just amazing. The other cool thing as well, and I know like Dana and I both have had this experience where you work in these large organizations and you don't really feel like you're valued. You don't feel like people give you enough for what it is that you're doing. And I think now that's something that's completely different. One of the massive things that we have is like recognition. And we love to be able to recognize people. Beachbody themselves are like amazing from it, whether it's being recognized internationally across social media, or whether it's like little cash gifts and things, like, or even just a shout out or someone sending you a wee bunch of flowers. Not, mind you, I quite like getting a wee flower now and again, but I don't know what Simon, if Simon likes a wee bunch of flowers, we can sort you out.
He likes a rose.
But yeah, like, I think that's important. And again, just sort of relating it back to just now, a lot of us are fitness professionals, and when these lockdowns started, if you guys are anything like us, we felt a little bit lost. And here's the thing, like, if Diana hadn't made that step 3 years ago, like, we'd have been in trouble, because our entire income was PT, group fitness, and master training. Like, so every weekend, and like Nicola's there as well, so Nicola's been the same as us, we would have been out delivering courses to people. Simon, you know, you've been in the courses with us as well, like, and some of you other guys might have been in the courses. We don't have that now. We're not allowed, we barely PT, so we're doing online stuff. And I felt a bit disconnected, not just from my community, but my family. And I think having this online platform really has allowed us to keep that going and continue with it, which has just been amazing. So just gonna, I don't know if you want to say anything else about that.
I was just going to say that when I said yes to doing this, I had no idea what I was doing, but it was just something in my soul that was like, there must be more to what it is that I'm doing than this. And there's a whole market out there of people who, yes, I absolutely love group fitness, and yes, I love being around people, but there's many, many people who can't or won't go out the house and join in a fitness class or go to PT. So even then, it was just a thing where it was sometimes we call it like running with scissors, and it's just like, just go with it and figure it out later. And although we aligned ourselves with such a massive company and a big sort of mentor within within that business, we were still in a new market in the UK. The difference between now with our new coaches coming in is that we've got that experience, and it's less of running with scissors and much more of a strategy. And we've got all the strategies there for you to be able to hook in with, so that you know exactly what it is that you have to do to align with your goals and your dreams.
And one of the things that we were just saying there is, like, I think the cool thing here is it's not just about us, it's about the members of the team. And like, Megan's just jumped on there, and nothing makes us more proud now than seeing other people in the team who have just taken this and run with it and been massively successful. So I want to introduce you to Megan, and I'm just going to pass over to her just now. So Megan is a one-star diamond coach. She is the founder and CEO of Team Choose Fit Life. And like, her and her husband live way up north in Scotland, where it's probably pure white outside, and she has like that beautiful winterscape of snow rather than the slush that we have around there. She's within the business, she's one of the most successful coaches in the whole of Europe. And certainly she's just smashed things, and we're just like consistently blown away by everything that she's done and how much she's grown. So I'm just going to pass over to Megan to say a little bit just now.
Oh, thank you, guys. I was not expecting my own slide. Look at this. Yeah, so as Kevin said, my name is Megan. I have been a coach with Team Livewright since launch day back in October 2017. But my journey with Beachbody started a few years before that. I was introduced to Beachbody through my husband, Andrew. He was going through a really tough time, kind of mentally and physically, suffering really badly with anxiety and stress and IBS. And I had also just had my second son, Aaron. And so had this extra baby weight that I was looking to lose. And for the first time in my life, I just didn't feel comfortable with who I was. I had always been somebody who could just eat what I wanted to eat, do what I wanted to do, and had managed to stay nice and thin. And then Aaron came along, and that wasn't the case anymore. And I lacked a lot of confidence. So for me, Beachbody was a way in which we could work together towards our goals. And I didn't have to go to the gym. I didn't have to face a lot of my fears. It provided us with a solution. And so we just did these workouts. We did them consistently for 4 years. And so coaching for me was something that just came naturally. I didn't really understand the role of a coach. I had absolutely no idea how much saying yes to becoming a member of Team Livewright was going to impact my life like it is right now. I just wanted to do it because I loved what it was I was doing. I loved the workout. They had allowed me to lose 3 stone in weight. They had allowed my husband to lose 4 stone in weight. For the first time in our life, we were surrounded by an incredible group of people who knew what we were talking about and had the same kind of outlook and mindset. And I actually, through Beachbody, kind of came across Diana's page before we became a coach. Well, I say I came across. I don't know now if it was coming across or if she had scooped me out, but I just felt for the first time somebody had asked me to be a part of this. And it was a real privilege to be asked for that. And I felt special, and I felt like, okay, this is something we can do. But I didn't come into coaching being a fitness expert by any means. I was just somebody who had fallen in love with fitness, a fitness enthusiast. And I just wanted to take what I was enjoying doing further. And if I could help other people out there who felt like me and had a lot of obstacles in their way, then let's do this. But when I first started coaching, I hear from a lot of people that one of the reasons they are not sure if coaching for them is really time. And I'm here to prove that you can do this. When I first started coaching, I was working full-time as a primary school teacher. Obviously a wife. I had 2 young boys. Toby was just 8, Aaron was just 5. I had a 45-minute commute to my work. I also taught 2 evenings in the weekends. So like, I get being busy. That was me. But this was the appeal to coaching, was that I didn't have to check in at a certain time like I do for my teaching job. I didn't have to check out. This was something that I could do around the busyness of life, around my commitments. It was something that I enjoyed doing as well. And so I didn't really see it as work. I was doing it anyway. I was pressing play on my workouts. I was checking into a community, to a group. I was talking to people about what it was I was doing. So coaching just kind of fell in. And it's the best bit of time commitment I have ever given. Yes, it was busy at the start, but as they say, if you want something doing, ask a busy person, because you're always going to find time for it. But I invested maybe 1 to 2 hours of my day, maybe more, around an hour at the start of my journey. And it was in the evenings, once I had done my work, once I put the boys to bed, I would use that evening to jump onto team calls, to follow up with messages, to check into my groups. And really, as I said, coaching has absolutely transformed not just my life, but my family's life. I started this as a full-time primary school teacher, and because of coaching, I know we have to insert a disclaimer, an income disclaimer here, but because of coaching, I have now been able to drop down to being a part-time teacher, and I have earned more now through coaching than I do being a teacher, which is quite funny considering teaching took me 4 years, and I came out of that with £20,000 worth of debt. So in order to be able to drop down to part-time teaching, to do something that I absolutely love, to be here 2 days of the week for my boys when they go to school, to be here when they finish school, to invest time into growing my own team is just the best bit of time I have ever spent doing anything. And I would highly encourage any of you, and I always say this with my team, like, you have to trust that gut feeling. When I started coaching, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what anything was. I didn't even have an Instagram account when I started. I never even heard of Instagram stories, but I just knew that this was something that I wanted to do. I had that feeling, and for the first time ever, I listened to it, and it's never, ever let me down. It's been an incredible 3 years. It's transformed my life in more ways than one, not just physically, but I was having a chat with Kevin earlier in the week about my new goals, my team. We're going for it this year. We have big, big goals. And I think that's something that is a true benefit of being a coach, is that dreaming big becomes part of your job. It becomes something that you are allowed to do, and you have an incredible community with Team Livewright here who are 100% behind you every step of the way. And proof that dreams do happen. I'm finally part-time. I've been able to be in a test group with Sean T doing Transform 20. I've been to Mexico. I've been on a cruise around the Bahamas. I've been to Indianapolis twice, to Marbella. Like, I cannot put it into words how incredible this opportunity is. And if you have that feeling yourself, I would highly encourage you just to go for it. Trust that feeling and see what's possible.
Oh, Megan, trust that feeling and see what's possible. I absolutely love that. That's hashtag. Thank you so much, Megan. And I know you've got to jump off now, but we will send you the recording as well. That was just encompassed everything that we love about you. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're very welcome. Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you so much. So that was Megan, our one of our amazing, incredible family, one of our top coaches, and as you can see, just super passionate and absolutely loves what she does. Not a fitness professional, but just highly organized with her time so that she can fit in what this business is. So that she was talking a lot about the sort of income and what sort of things are possible, and that's one of the jobs that Kevin and I start at the very beginning of your coaching journey. Now, although many people come in as a coach and they come in as to get a discount or to have those benefits of a discount coach, there's also the ability to obviously to make money. So a lot of you guys that are on this call are here to see what income can be made, what's possible, and what can be there to be offered to you. And I think that a good thing to do is to have a think about what you would actually do with an extra £50 a week, because an extra £50 a week might pay for something like your shopping. I know some of the top coaches talk about that was where they started, and you see them now, and it's all very well to open up a chapter and see where someone is at the time, but when you go back to where their goals started, it needs to start somewhere that's going to be achievable to you. Would that pay your electricity bill? Would it pay for a new I guess like new pair of trainers, or something that you would do a workout in? Maybe not an outfit to go out because we're not going anywhere at the moment, but then start to look at it in a bigger scope. What about when you double that, when you earn an extra £100 a week? Now, an extra £100 a week for Kevin and I, when we were living off and from classes and boot camps, that was pretty much what we were getting, and that was cash in hand. So things like that can start to pay off debt, which is what we did. We paid off a lot of our student loans and our students' debts when this type of money started coming in. What would it buy you? Could you get a new TV? Could you replace something in the house that's needing replaced, but you can't quite justify it yet? What about when you're earning up to £500 a week? Are you going to book a holiday for the end of the year? Well, let's not talk about the next few months, but maybe the end of the year you could book and put that deposit down for a holiday. Would you be able to take some time off? Would you be able to drop to 4 days a week instead of 5 days a week? These things you're allowed to dream and think and have a vision for, because it's something that is being done and it's something that is happening right now. When you are in a position where you're looking to have an extra £1,000 a week, where will you be in a position then? Are you able to give back? Are you able to give to charity? Are you able to donate some of your time? Are you able to volunteer? Could you retire a family member? Kevin works completely full time with us now, thank goodness for that. But he didn't at the start. We both worked full time in other things, and this grew all the way up the ladder. Would you build an extension? Would you build a workout area in your house? Would you change houses? Could you put money down to buy a car, or would you just put that down to fly first class when we get out of this lockdown? Things like that you're allowed to dream and think about, because it's an opportunity for you to be able to do that. We got to income disclaimer.
Yeah.
Yes, you can do that bit.
I'll sort of talk about that as we go on to the next one. So like the key thing with this is, all we're trying to do here is give you an idea of what is possible. And again, just with anything in life, we don't want you to be thinking that that's something that's super easy, that like every single person just does that and it's going to happen like this, and magically you're going to sign up and be a coach and suddenly you'll be like jetting off to like your brand new holiday home in like the Pacific. That's not what's going to happen. There is a process to do that, and it does take work and effort to do that. But I think the key piece is that like it's worthwhile, and you see that return on what you put in like straight away, and it just compounds as you move on. And again, just all we wanted to do with just now is just really touch in with where things are right now. Like, we're just so grateful that we took the choices that we did take when this happened, because like we didn't have anything in place. Like, we literally were living month to month. We had student debts. Like, when I was younger, I was a bit of a muppet. Like, I used to like to go out and party, and I'd have a credit card, and like if I couldn't get that, I'd just get another credit card, things like that. So we ended up with like a whole bunch of debt that we had. And like when this had happened, like I said already, that would have been a struggle for us. The health and fitness industry, as you know it, is never going to be the same. Regardless of when things go back to normal, it's never going to be the same. Like, it's crazy. And you've seen the amount of people now who've transferred things online. How soon is it going to be before we do go back? And if we do go back, is it going to be a consistent thing? Here's the thing, none of us have control over that. And what we're encouraging you to do is just, there's never been a better time than right now to just take control, have your own business, I have a business that's sort of protected against these things that are going on, that's truly online, that gives you that ability to truly control what it is that you do. I'm just going to quickly go through this, and really what the purpose of this is. One of the things that we were really impressed with Beachbody, and like we've been involved with Beachbody Live before, and again, that's another one. We had the rug pulled out from underneath our feet like just a couple of years ago, where Beachbody Live just closed its operations, and we were all in with that. Diana was all in. That was her full thing. And if we hadn't had the coaching there, that accounted for like a large proportion of what was our business at the time, the income. Like literally about 50% of the income for our business would have disappeared if we didn't have something else in place. And here's the thing, Beachbody is constantly evolving. 1998, it was John Congdon and like Carl Deichler. They started this little online business with Beachbody. And over the years, it's grown. Like you've maybe heard of P90X, of Tony Horton. That's where it sort of started off. And it was the DVDs going on there. And all the way through, it's progressed. Every year, every quarter, there's new things coming out. It started off as just the fitness. But then the thing that really impresses Diana and I about this, Beachbody is the complete package. So you can see there, 2009, they start to introduce more of these nutritionals and these like supplements into what it is that they're doing. They then start to release, partnering with, have you, any of you guys seen Darren O'Lean in that one on Netflix? The show with him. So Darren O'Lean, he was the creator of Shakeology. That came out. They then started to look at performance products. And then even still moving forwards, they then released Beachbody On Demand. So rather than DVDs, it's an online platform that you can take with you wherever you go. So this is the cool thing. We just talked about us traveling the world, like, and Lynn's up there. So like, and Claire, you guys can remember us doing like workouts out in Indianapolis. Claire was out in Indianapolis with us last year, out on the boat when we were in the cruises and stuff. Like we're out there and we're doing like workouts on the beach, and all it is on your phone. You can save the workouts, and it's amazing to go and do this with all these people. And right the way through to now, where we've got like meditation and mindset programs that are coming out.
Yeah, and I think as well, it's a really important key point that at the beginning, Beachbody were a product company. They weren't a network marketing company. They were working with people to get them fit and healthy. Carol Deichler and John Congdon did the workouts to figure out if it was any good or not. Of course it was, because we had Tony Horton there. And what was happening, Bebo, you remember Bebo? I wasn't online at that point, but Bebo and other like online services, people were helping people, and they were doing it for nothing. And they were coming in, buying maybe the Slim and 6 or the P90X, and they were helping people online. And that's when Carol Deichler and John Congdon came up with the idea and the philosophy of the team Beachbody. And they were like, well, how can we pay these coaches who are already looking after people? They're not getting paid for it. How can we start to pay that and pay this back? And that's where Team Beachbody became, and that's when it started, and that's where the business actually evolved from. So it's just a really key point for us, because you know, like I'd been in a place where people were like try these leggings or do this lipstick or whatever it was with some snake, and I'm like, well, I don't really like snakes, and I wouldn't wear that color of leggings. But with this, it was something that I loved. It was the complete package. It was coming from a place where they wanted to help people, and the business just kept evolving so that more and more people could be helped, and that was key for us. Yeah, we wanted the history of that.
And that was the cool thing. Like, it was like when they looked at it, there was only 4% of people would complete a program, and those 4% were the people who were linked in. So this is Beachbody On Demand. It's now this huge global platform. There's 2.3 million subscribers, crazy, which is, it's just nuts.
That's up-to-date figures.
Like, I'm not going to sit and go through all of those bits. Everything that's on there is unbelievable. We've got programs, and it's across the full range of fitness. We've also got 2 nutrition programs which can help you out, recipes, bod groups now, which is a way where you can track and actually tick off to say that you've done workouts, track your food, track all of your supplements and everything. So it's unbelievable. So, and it's a daily part of what it is that we do.
And it's quite interesting as well that in the past slide and this slide as well, you've got Joel and you've got Jericho, both those super trainers who are now with us in Beachbody, both came from Les Mills, background. So they have got some really great background there for their super trainers.
So again, just digging into what it is that we do, it's a combination of exercise programs, nutritional programs, and performance products. And the key thing that links in with this and it makes it different from most of these other platforms, is you have this ability to coach. So your clients that you have, so Simon's got this, like, I always see Simon online with doing his stuff there, and he's got this vibrant community of people that he's working with. Same with Carmen, and she transitioned, and she'll talk a little bit about that in a second, how she's transitioned the people that she's working with just now over onto this with no drop off, and actually able to add more value to what it is that they are doing. Quick little bit about Shakeology. There's Darren Aline from Netflix fame. Literally what this is it's one of the linchpins within our nutrition program. It's there to fill in the gaps, and it completes your nutrition. Quite often what we eat these days, like, there's a lot of stuff missing from it. And what happens is people quite often will be on, oh, I'm on the don't eat carbs, and the don't eat protein, or the don't eat fat diet, or the I only drink water every third day when the moon's at its zenith, and like I'm going to be like keto, all that kind of stuff. And we miss things out. So what this does is it's that little missing part of the jigsaw that you pop in to give you that complete picture within your food and your nutrition. Maybe Diana, you want to say a wee bit about some of the results here that we've got?
Yeah, these are our team. These are the guys that you saw on the first slide. Many of them from a fitness program, not all of them. Mostly from a fitness program, because that's where Kevin and I come from, and you tend to attract your tribe. And that's where we've sort of been around for the last 25, 30 years. So our friends are fitness people. However, you'll see Helen there in the blue. She is a neighbour, actually, and a friend that used to go to classes with us. And she reached out and said, I've tried everything. I've done Weight Watchers, I've done Slimming World, done all these things. And she was at a place in her life where she'd just come to the end of her tether. And she said, I need something, what can I do? And I said, well, are you all in, or you want to dip your toe? And she went, I'm all in. And she went all in, and she not only went all in with her own health and fitness, but then when she realized how many like gains she was getting, how much weight she was losing, how much she was feeling in control of her life and her eating and maybe the other habits that she sort of picked up along the way, she then started to grow a business, not from a fitness background, but from someone who genuinely wanted to look after and care for the people that were around her, and just got some incredible results along the way. So that's Helen, and obviously I've got a husband there as well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just going to click on next, and yeah, Steve as well. If you hear Steve's story, I don't know if, like, I know some of you guys have heard Steve's story. Steve worked in a pub and literally was, I think he was about 22 stone or something at his heaviest, an alcoholic. And like, he turned around when his dad died, and he made this decision to suddenly go, do you know what, that's not going to happen to me. And like, he's in some shape now, and he stays like that the whole year round, which is just like amazing. So one of the things that we've said is we've talked about coaching and coaches, and like, one of the things people always sort of go is, oh, I don't know if I could do that. And here's the thing, like, I know we've got some fitness professionals on here, but coaches are teachers. Megan was a teacher. We're fitness professionals. There's nurses, there's students. Like, anybody can do this. Like, anybody can be a coach. So who makes a great coach? Well, like you do. It's that simple. All you have to do is have the want and the will to help people achieve their goals and become healthier.
Yeah.
Just some stats. So I'm not going to read through that. I'll let you guys see that. But again, some crazy numbers there.
300 growth in 2020.
Yeah, that one blew me away. I actually just found that one out today. Like, so when lockdown happened, like, and everything was going like downhill, for when you look at all the figures for the economy, it's all going down, places shutting. There was over 300% growth within that period, just when lockdown first kicked off in 2020, which is unbelievable. Like, in May last year, there was over 20 million workouts streamed, and on May 26, 33,000 people working out at once. So that's the kind of figures that you are working with. And right now in the organization, like, there's 400,000+ coaches. Team Livewright sits at 134th in that organization. So that is like unbelievable where we've grown within just a very, very short time. So it's Nicola.
Give us a wave, Nicola.
I don't know if you just want to give a wee quick bit about Nicola. Does Nicola is here?
No, she wants to sit. She's just like, not today.
Not today.
Yeah, so Nicola, like, it was definitely a journey of growth for Nicola. She was already a fitness professional. I knew her through the Hatton Academy. We were very much sort of maybe yearly getting together while we came in the sort of bigger courses and things like that. And Nicola was always someone who would, you know, like support and comment. She was already a natural just leader. I think that's probably the best word. But she would always comment on, oh, how do you keep so you know, so fit and lean in between everything? And I would be like, well, it is my nutrition, because at the end of the day, like, we would do lots of different things, but at the end of the day, it's the nutrition that keeps us, like Kevin said about Stephen, on track all year round. So she joined as a challenger, and she'll probably tell you the dates. I don't know exactly the dates. I think I would like to say November. And she came in with a meal plan, and she was already doing all of her powerlifting, doing all the stuff that she loved. And she went all in on her meal plan. She started with 2B Mindset, which are the little pots. And I'd like to add here as well, the little pots are just to train you so that you know the amount that you're going to eat. And it's not something that you have to do all the way through your life, but it actually allows you to sort of make sure that you know what you're eating and how much you're eating of it. So she started all in with that. Shakeology, again, I said to her, like, are you all in? Are you dipping your toe in the water? She's like, I'm all in. So came in with the performance range, and absolutely just killed it in like the first, pretty much, well, the first, I think she was like, the first month she was over the moon, and then she was just completely smitten after that. And she just followed it as I knew that she would, and then came in with the workouts, and I think started on 10 rounds. And that's when a light switched on in her head, and she was like, do you know what, like, this is like missing from my family, this is missing from the people that I'm looking after. And obviously lockdown happened after that, and everything started to slot into place. And really, really quickly, Nicola shot to the top of the, I was going to say top of the charts, but shot to the top of the UK leaderboard, and again was actually ranked and got global recognition as one of the top 10 UK coaches in her first 6 months of coming into the business, and continues to grow. She's an educator. She definitely was not into coaching. She said no to begin with. And I was totally happy with that, because that wasn't what she was looking for, but something switched on in her own mind, and she looked after herself. She believed in us. She believed in the product, because she went all in with it. And like I said, just absolutely killed it, and just continually every day just amazes me in how she can just be able to do the things in an order, and have time for her family, loads of time for her family, and be able to still look after herself. And just every program that she does, her body shape just changes. It's just quite incredible. So she's like, I'll listen to that, I'll take that. So super proud of Nicola. Also a diamond coach, I might add.
Just to talking about rock stars, we're just going to pass over to one of our new up and coming superstars just now, Carmen. And Carmen's just going to tell you a little bit about her story. So she's just new in, she's an Emerald coach and a success starter, and just earned herself into the next test group for the new programs with the super trainer. So we're going to shut up now and pass over to Carmen, who's going to tell you a little bit about her story.
I was just saying, she just bought a fancy new computer, and she's probably going, where's the button?
That just shows you how new a coach I am. I haven't even mastered Zoom yet. But it's all a learning curve, and that's why they've asked me on to show you, brand new coach here. Lots to learn. Absolutely loved hearing all the stories. Megan's story there is so inspiring, but I'm probably at the complete opposite end. So I am from a fitness background, and I've just finished my 3rd month of coaching. Still learning Zoom, still learning Instagram and all the rest of it. But I've just qualified for Success Starter, and that's one of the kind of rewards and recognitions that that's obviously been spoken about. But a little bit of background. So I'm obviously from a fitness background, like many of the coaches are, but not all of them. Me and my husband ran quite a large gym in the community, 400 to 500 members. Anyone that runs a business knows you end 6-7 days a week. We loved it at the time. We didn't have kids. Then I fell pregnant, had no idea about kids. I thought, that's fine. I'll carry on running the business. Had the baby on reception, all the rest of it. But I literally burned out. So closed the gym. There was no work-life balance. closed the gym, brought up 2 children for a couple of years, took a bit of time out, actually done a bit of child minding, tried to keep my hand in with PT. And then I thought I'd come up with a fantastic solution, and I built a massive PT studio in the back garden. I thought it'll cut out commuting times and I'll just work school hours, and there's the magic answer. But anyone knows you get asked to work evenings, weekends, that's when people want PT. So again, I was back in the same situation as I was when I had the gym, in that I was working sort of, we've got some flashing going on here, a bit of a disco. I was working, do you know, it's all going wrong now, isn't it? Hey, I'm back. I'm just going to smile through it. It didn't happen. So I ended up again working 6-7 days a week, and that was all leading up to the first lockdown in March. And so suddenly, obviously, lockdown happened. I had to stop PTing. And do you know what? I actually breathed a sigh of relief. I was like, oh, because I felt burnt out with it all. So in a way, it was a bit of a godsend having to close the PT studio, but I still needed to earn a living. So I moved the business online like a lot of us fitness professionals had to, and threw myself out there. I didn't want to do it. The thoughts of, you know, put my face out there just horrified me, but I was kind of forced to do it. I brought all my PT clients online with me and continued to run sessions and classes. So I felt quite comfortable. It was people I knew. And then obviously the children were at home and we were homeschooling. But they were asking for more, quite rightly. They were saying, you know, we want different sessions. Can you do a bit more on nutrition? And I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So I was like spending hours and hours trying to create, you know, nutrition plans for them and different sessions for them. And I was just feeling burnt out again. I didn't have that work-life balance. I was like, it was around this time I'd kind of connected with Diana, and she introduced me to Beachbody. I was a little bit skeptical at first, but keep an open mind. And she just said, give it a go. You know, you decide, you see. So I gave it a go. Literally within the first month, I fell in love with it. I could straight away see, oh, I want to show my clients this. I want to introduce them to these nutrition plans. There's yoga in there. They were asking for yoga sessions and I'm not qualified in that. So straight away, I got really excited and I said to Diana, within the first month, I want to be a coach. I want to be a coach. This is the kind of stuff my clients are asking for. And it was in particular the nutrition side that I got really excited about. But at the time I was doing Lift 4 program and I was doing the colour containers we spoke about earlier, and I was getting fantastic results from it. So of course, it's just made me more excited. So I signed up as a coach, started a free Facebook group, simple as that, got all the people that were already online with me. I was very fortunate, and that's why I think I had a successful first month, because these guys trusted me anyway. Brought them in the group, showed them the value, because it's not something you can explain in a quick phone call or email to someone. So I had 5 days. I could really show them the value of it, what they were getting. We were sampling different workouts, because obviously you've got all these free workouts you can put in there. I was doing it with them. We had a couple of Zoom sessions, and there was probably a bigger disaster as what just went on there, but hey ho, you got to keep smiling. And then there was the nutrition side. One thing in particular, because I try and teach them about macros. We use the apps that they could track the food, and people would do it so long, but they would fall off the wagon. So I'm very much into educating people. And of course, we've got all these tutorial videos that they can watch in their own time, re-educating them for life. It was fantastic. I love the fact they're healthy, balanced diets. We're not cutting out food groups. It's a sensible calorie deficit. It was everything I advocated before and Beachbody were offering. So I introduced them to these. Portion control, a massive thing with my clients. I don't know about anyone else with clients. They couldn't get the portions right. And of course, that is what Ultimate Portion Fix is all about. So a lot of them started on this, and like you mentioned, it doesn't have to be forever. They've kind of re-educated to eat the correct portion sizes. So I feel like, thank you, Beachbody. You've done it for me. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. So I'm in a situation, I've done 3 months of coaching now, and I'm very much all about introducing people and getting people on a Beachbody. And I was doing this with a view to when I go back to PTing, it could really complement your PT sessions, because you're giving them nutrition. You don't have to do all that work. You don't have to spend hours outside of the PT studio putting in the work for these nutrition. They're all done for you. And let's not be arrogant, because they are world-class programs. Why would you not prefer to offer them? But anyway, so I could see how it could complement PT long term. But now I've been doing Beachbody, 3 months coaching now, I'm actually thinking, I think I'm going to stay online full time doing this, because I can see the potential and the opportunity Beachbody give you to grow this into a proper full-time business with an income. Now I've delved deeper, I can see that is possible with Beachbody, and I'm so excited. So I'll put it out there. I don't even think I'm going back to PT face to face. I'm staying online. I am servicing people that have childcare issues and would never have come to me for PT. People that can't get to a gym, people that can't afford a gym. It's 40, 50 pounds a month. And we're giving them this £160 for a challenge pack. So I'll put it out there. I'm all in with this, and I've only been doing it 3 months. Guys, if you're ambitious, there is opportunity to really grow this as a business and take it seriously. If you're happy and you just want to complement your current PT, again, Beachbody give you the opportunity. It's whatever you want. You go at your pace. You're not a slave to an employer. It's just such an opportunity given you on a plate. It really is.
Go. Oh, the ice cream van's there. Carmen, that was great. That was amazing. I love your energy, and we just are so delighted that you love it as much as we do, and that you just came in, looked after yourself, saw what it was doing for you and your energy and your your thought pattern around how you can sort of transition what you already had and still service your clients in such a huge way. And we're just absolutely delighted that you're here, and just your energy is so infectious. And thank you so much for sharing that as a fitness professional. We do love spending time with you, Carmen. I'm looking over there, but you're actually there.
I'm just saying, so if anyone's nervous about coming online, just look what happened to me, and nothing bad happens. You all laughed with me.
Exactly. We still run with scissors every day, don't we? Brilliant, Carmen. Good stuff. So we've got just a few more slides, so hang in there. We've got the next bit, which is how to get started. So do you want to do this little bit? Yeah,
so it's dead simple. So this is really just what coaches do. First thing we do is work out. We're a product of the product. So literally what the idea is we're walking billboards. Now, the key thing here is it doesn't mean you have to be in the end position. The idea is that you're stepping on a journey and you're bringing people with you. The next thing we look to do is just build communities. And really, this is an opportunity to just connect, invite, and follow up with people. And it's like making friends along the way. Like, it's amazing the amount of people that we've met through this, and relationships that we've had already. So again, people like Nicola, who we've known for years, we've become closer than ever, and we've had more contact than ever through this. And then the next bit is accountability, is getting people results. Really, all that is doing is making sure they do the stuff. Like, how often do you have PT clients and things that come along, they do one thing a week and don't get results, and they're with you for months or years, and that reflects badly on you. So it's what we want to do is give them stuff to do in between that, and then in the groups we can check up. And then really what it's about is doing daily tips for people, and we do that through actively engaging in personal development and growing ourselves. So really we take a little step forward and grow ourselves, then we bring them with us, then we take a step, then we bring them with us to take a step. And that's how coaching works. So just some of the quick things then about why we love coaching. We get discounts. Who doesn't love a good discount?
We love a discount, especially the northern people.
Yeah. We're in a wee TK Maxx in that and get a wee discount. So you get the opportunity to earn commission. So if you refer people, you get a 25% commission, or you get 25% discount off your own product. You get 3 people along, and that pays for your own product. We get access to this amazing online community, and we meet and we have relationships. So we've got friends all over America now that we would never have met and never have known if it hadn't been for Beachbody. We get to attend these virtual events right now, but when things go back, they're live. So like we said earlier, Megan's been across to Indianapolis. We've been in cruises around the Caribbean. Unbelievable. Really, in terms of the cost, it doesn't cost that much to get started. There's a low monthly cost, but for any of you guys who've run a business online, we run our own website. We had costs for the programmer, so we had about $2,000 cost for him. We had hosting fees, everything there. And then if we wanted to, we actually looked into getting our site translated, and let's just not even talk about how much that was going to cost. And all of that's done for you, and that's done for like that little monthly fee that we pay. In terms of the coaching journey, you can come on board and just get a discount, or you can go full all in like Carmen has, and like she's just made that even bigger step, because now she's just admitted to everybody, and now she's never going back to face, she's just online for life. That's it. So you've got the choice of what you do. Like we said at the beginning, nobody's telling you what to do. Like nobody who brings you in is your boss. They're your partner in this, and the idea is they're just there to guide you and get you what you want, not what they want. Just some new stuff that's coming out, just a quick one. We've kind of talked about these already. We've got this unstressed, so meditation, we've got pre and postnatal. There's things that like this that just get dropped into bod all of the time, and they don't charge you any extra for this. And as we've always said, content's king, and it's constantly being updated and it's constantly being renewed.
Yeah, I was just going to say about that last one as well, and things like that are really great ideas to be able to get people started without them actually having to pay anything to start with. So we run like free groups once a month, so that your clients can just get a taste of, oh, how do you actually move it from the phone to the TV, and how do you get logged in, and what are the workouts like, and is it like digital and things like that, and you get to look after them before they actually try and come on with something like this. Now, the annual membership challenge pack is the best deal that you'll get as a coach. It will give you 12 months of Beachbody On Demand, which we call BOD. It will give you access to both nutrition plans, which are the Ultimate Portion Fix, which is your more structured meal plan, and your 2B mindset, which can be worked together, but your 2B mindset is more of a holistic approach to mindful eating. You'll also get either your choice of Shakeology or performance range. You will also get your coach fee waive, which is $39.95 if you come in with only the coach fee. And you'll also get access, and you will be able to get linked into all of our challenge groups, which you can then put your people into, and we can help to look after your people with you if that's what you wish. Many of our coaches are in our big, massive challenge group, which is our virtual mega gym, and they pop their people in and we can look after them all together. Or sometimes our coaches prefer to do it in a WhatsApp group, or they do it on, the bod groups, or they do it in a different way. So we just work beside you with that to what works best for you.
Again, just to quickly reiterate, so a couple of ways at which you can earn. This isn't the full compensation plan. Basically, you get commissions paid on anything product that you are selling, which is 25%. And as you start to rank up and you grow a team of your own, you get 2 people in, you become what's called an Emerald coach. And this gives you the ability to get bonuses based on the productivity of your team. So just to give you a quick idea of what this looks like, and again, just like we said earlier, this is an example, and what is happening here doesn't mean that everybody's going to get this. So for over 3 months, if you were bringing on 3 people, 3 new challengers every month, which is pretty much what Carmen's been doing. Every month she's bringing on 3 people. Within your first month, you pay for your own product. And by the end of that 4 months, she's earned herself her spot in that test group. So the next test group that's coming out, and she might recognize that guy that's in the background.
Maybe not sure if you want, if it's him that you want to go with.
She's going to get a little gift of a cat as recognition. She'll be internationally recognized. So just earlier in the week, she was recognized as a success starter and was published across all of Beachbody's social media. And on top of that, earned over £1,000. Like I said, again, that's just a simple example of how it might work for you, bringing people in with some people with products, some people with the Shakeology. So it doesn't mean that everybody's going to do the exact same thing. But we always get asked like an example of what is possible. So there you can see, so there's the money that she earned, and then also that residual, because what happens is because people are on monthly subscriptions, that money continues to come in each month in the anniversary of their entry. And just here's some of the other little cool things that are just little rewards. Don't know if Diana wants to give a wee quick one here.
Yeah, some great pictures there. But the perks, obviously, like friendship and community, it's huge and vital, and it's at the top of the list for a reason. There are many things that people can do, and they can click onto YouTube and do a yoga workout or whatever. But the community and the friendships that we have and we've built along the way, like Kevin had said earlier on, is the biggest thing. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at foam parties in
All right, that was
like
yeah.
Mexico.
This was, I'm sure,
in the pool.
Yeah, there's foam parties in Mexico anyway. That'll be next year. Fitness is a way of life, and I think that this is a really important bit where, you know, it might be that you're coming in and you want to look after yourself, which is hopefully what you're here for to do as well, because coaches that come in and just see the potential and don't look after themselves very, very rarely do well in this business. If you're here to look after yourself, become a better version of yourself and take others with you along that journey, they're the people who do really well in that journey. I mean, you've got Lynn there, who's just been at our side, partnered with Lynn, such an amazing friend and amazing businesswoman as well. Just incredible shape, and she's only 22. It's incredible there. And we've got test groups as well, which is a really big pool for people. The test group just now, we've got how many tests in Sean T's group? So we've got Sean T test group that's coming up beginning the 14th of next month, which is February, and it's a Sean T test group, and you can get into that, and that's again a great massive big perk, which just allows you to do the program before it's actually released to the general public. Discounts and commissions, which is what Kevin spoke about, transform yourself and those around you, and that just, I don't really want to sort of just brush over that, because it is like the mind and body experience that you'll get with this when you go all in is pretty incredible. Personal growth, because personal development is something that is integral to this whole business. Dreaming big, which is what we talked about earlier on in the earlier slides, and the flexibility of it. You might want to run 100 miles an hour in June, but just now you might want to just look after yourself. And as long as that's communicated and that's the way that you want to do it, we will support you in any way that you wish. The training is there for you. I know, like, we've just sort of moved on to the next slide, but the training's there for you. All we need to do is plug you into it, and you work alongside it at the speed that you want to. It might be that you have an hour every second day. It might be that you have a couple of hours a day. Whatever that is, we will work alongside you for that. I like that slide.
Yeah. So just a quick one then, just to say, like, thank you from all of us at Team Livewright. It's been just a pleasure for us to speak to you. And the question we just really want to leave you with is, like, what you're doing right now going to get you any closer to your goals? Always remember sitting at a keynote presentation with an Olympian, and it was one of the rowers. And when he was aiming for the Olympics, the question he asked himself with anything that they did before training, sorry, Simon, you've heard this story already, mate, was the question he asked himself every time was, will it make the boat go faster? And that was the only thing that mattered. So my question to you is, what you're doing right now going to get you closer to your goals? Because the difference between being ordinary and extraordinary is just that little bit extra. So from there now, moving forwards, is just to make your dreams a reality, you just need to take action. So don't wait for the person who's invited you into this to get in touch with you. You get in touch with them and tell them what you want to do and ask them about how you can achieve your goals. And that's really it from us just now.
That's it. We'll have a little look at the questions, but we will stop the recording around about now. And like I say, like Kevin said, if you're getting this presentation sent to you, reach out to the person that sent you it, and don't wait for them to reach out to you.